Peace and blessings, my friend. Welcome back to the Wisdom Within channel, a sacred space where we explore timeless truths to awaken your spirit, strengthen your mind, and guide your heart. If this is your first time here, I invite you to subscribe and turn on all notifications, because every message shared here is crafted to help you rise higher, walk in wisdom, and live with purpose. Before we begin today's powerful message, I want you to type this phrase in the comments as an act of faith and affirmation. I believe. Say it in your heart. Type it in the comments. I believe. Because belief is the seed from which all transformation grows. When a man believes, he aligns his spirit with truth. And when truth lives in you, no confusion can rule over you. Now today's message is one that every man must hear. Whether you are single, married, or still discovering who you are. Because this is not about control, ego, or dominance. It's about wisdom, spiritual wisdom, on how to move with integrity, discernment, and peace in your relationship with women. This message is titled 15 Things a Man Should Not Do with Women. And I want you to listen closely, because every truth I'll share with you comes from experience, reflection, and the ancient words of philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, men who understood the discipline of the soul. Let us begin with this reflection from Marcus Aurelius. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This, my brother, is the foundation of every relationship principle you will ever need. Your strength as a man is not measured by control over others, but by mastery over yourself. The first thing a man should never do with a woman is lose his sense of self trying to please her. Too many men surrender their essence just to keep someone around. But the moment you abandon who you are for the sake of approval, you have already lost the respect you're trying to earn. Seneca once wrote, "He who is brave is free." Freedom in this sense means emotional independence, the ability to love deeply without becoming enslaved by desire. When you tie your peace to someone else's affection, you hand them the power to dictate your emotions. Love her, respect her, cherish her, but never lose yourself in her shadow. The second thing a man should never do is argue for validation. A wise man knows that not every disagreement deserves his energy. Many men fall into emotional traps, trying to explain, justify, or win a point, when in truth, peace is more valuable than pride. Marcus Aurelius advised, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." So when a woman tests your patience, stay grounded. Respond with calm strength. When your emotions rise, breathe, and remember, silence often carries more power than words. The third thing, a man should never make promises he cannot keep. Your word is sacred. A promise made lightly is a seed of disappointment waiting to bloom. In a world filled with talkers, become the man whose silence holds more truth than another's speech. A woman feels safe not because of your wealth, your looks, or your charm, but because she knows your word can be trusted. A real man keeps his promises even when it costs him something. Seneca wrote, "A man who suffers before it is necessary, suffers more than is necessary. That is why you must speak carefully. Promise only what your heart and character can sustain." The fourth thing a man must never do is compete with a woman for control. True masculine energy is not about dominance, and it's about direction. When you argue over who leads, both hearts lose their peace. A man grounded in purpose doesn't need to prove authority. His presence commands it naturally. In the words of Epictetus, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." A woman doesn't follow your words. She follows your energy. If your spirit is unstable, she feels it. If you're led by ego, she resists it. But when you move with clarity and patience, she naturally aligns with your peace. Fifth, never use love as manipulation. Many men fall into the trap of pretending care while seeking control. But manipulation is poison, and it always finds its way back to the one who pours it. Real love is not strategy, it's sincerity. It is giving, not taking. It is guiding, not trapping. As Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Don't try to convince her that you're good. Live in a way that proves it." The sixth thing a man should never do is dismiss a woman's emotions. You don't have to agree with everything she feels, but you must learn to listen. Listening is not weakness, it's leadership. A wise man understands that emotions are not logic, they're language. A woman's emotion is her way of communicating truth from her world. If you can't listen without judgment, you'll never earn her trust. Seneca reminded us, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. Every man who wants peace in his relationship must learn this principle. Seek understanding, not victory. The 7th, never make her your only purpose. A man without mission becomes lost in emotion. You were not created to orbit around anyone. You were created to serve purpose. Your relationship can be a blessing, but it cannot be your identity. When you neglect your purpose to chase affection, you become spiritually starved, and no relationship can fill that emptiness. Marcus Aurelius said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." So what are your thoughts filled with? If they revolve only around love and validation, your soul weakens. But if they revolve around virtue, wisdom, and service, your soul shines with power. The 8th thing a man should never do is use anger as a weapon. A man who cannot control his anger cannot protect his peace. Anger is natural, but how you channel it reveals your depth. When a woman sees your temper as unpredictable, she sees your spirit as unsafe. Control your tongue, your tone, and your timing. For words once spoken cannot be reclaimed. Epictetus taught, "No man is free who is not master of himself." That mastery is not shown when life is easy, but when it tests you through conflict and misunderstanding. The 9th, never sacrifice your principles for temporary pleasure. A man who trades his values for comfort becomes spiritually bankrupt. Lust may give a moment of thrill, but it robs you of focus, discipline, and integrity. You are not called to chase sensations, you are called to build foundations. Your body is sacred, your energy divine. Guard it. Not every invitation deserves your presence. Seneca warned, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." How much time have you wasted chasing what never nourished your soul? My brother, the 10th thing a man must never do is be passive in truth. A real man doesn't stay silent when honesty is needed. Speak your truth, gently, clearly, and with love. Many men fear losing peace by being honest, but honesty is what builds peace in the long run. A man who avoids truth for comfort will live in quiet chaos. Marcus Aurelius once said, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." Simplicity, yet divine wisdom. That's the kind of integrity the world needs again. If this message is already speaking to your heart, pause for a moment and like this video. It helps this message reach other men who need it. Men walking through confusion, trying to rediscover their power, their balance, their peace. And as you listen, keep this truth in your spirit. A wise man never tries to own a woman. He strives to understand himself. The 11th thing a man should never do with a woman is turn love into a transaction. When your love becomes conditional, "I'll do this if you do that," and it stops being love. Real connection flows from genuine giving. You don't give to receive. You give because love is your nature. Seneca once said, "Wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness." Even in relationships, that remains true. When kindness leaves, manipulation enters. The 12th, never compare her to other women. Comparison destroys appreciation. Every soul is unique, every heart sacred. When you compare her, you don't just insult her, you weaken yourself. It reveals insecurity, not wisdom. Marcus Aurelius reminded us, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." And thoughts built on comparison lead to bitterness. Choose gratitude instead. The 13th, never ignore your intuition. Your spirit often knows the truth long before your mind accepts it. When something feels off, it usually is. Learn to listen to that inner whisper. It's not paranoia, it's perception. A wise man doesn't wait for proof to act on wisdom. Epictetus said, "First say to yourself what you would be, then do what you have to do." That is alignment, knowing who you are and acting accordingly. The 14th, never let pride stop you from apologizing. A sincere apology does not make you weak. It makes you whole. Pride isolates. Humility heals. When you apologize with truth, you invite peace into both hearts. Seneca taught, "To err is human, but to persist in error is diabolical." A wise man corrects himself before life does it for him. And the 15th, a man should never stay where his peace constantly dies. Whether in love, friendship, or attachment, peace is your compass. If every day you feel drained, belittled, or disrespected, you must listen to that quiet voice urging you to protect your spirit. Peace is not luxury, it's spiritual necessity. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The happiness of those who want to be popular depends on others. The happiness of those who seek pleasure fluctuates with moods, but the happiness of the wise grows out of their own free acts." So choose freedom. Choose peace. Pause here, brother. Breathe deeply. Let these truths sink into your soul. You don't need to rush this wisdom. You are not being lectured. You are being reminded of who you truly are, a man of purpose, discipline, and divine balance. Now, before I continue into the deeper reflections on these 15 truths and how to actually live them, I want you to take a moment to type in the comments, "I stand in wisdom." Let that be your declaration today. Take a deep breath and let the next words settle into your spirit like rain on thirsty ground. Because this next part of the message is not just about knowing the truths, it's about living them. Too many men hear wisdom, but never practice it. They nod, agree, even quote it later, but when the moment of testing comes, they forget who they are. True wisdom is not in knowing what's right, but in doing what's right when your emotions beg you to do otherwise. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." That is the essence of this message. You are called not to talk about wisdom, but to embody it. So let's go deeper into the soul behind each of these 15 truths. How they shape your character, your peace, and your relationships with women and with yourself. When we spoke earlier about never losing yourself to please a woman, understand this. Love without boundaries is not love, and it's dependency. And dependency always turns sacred affection into silent suffering. A man who forgets his own soul for the sake of keeping someone will eventually resent both her and himself, because your spirit knows when you have betrayed it. Seneca said, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials." Your relationships are part of that friction. They test your patience, your ego, your compassion. But those tests are not meant to break you. They are meant to reveal you. They show whether your love is rooted in truth or in fear of being alone. You must remember this. A woman cannot complete you. She can only reflect where you are incomplete. She will mirror your peace or your chaos. And when she does, don't blame her for it. Thank her. Because she is revealing to you what needs healing. That is why it's dangerous for a man to make a woman his purpose. Your purpose must be higher, divine, spiritual, eternal. You serve the Creator first, then love flows from that source. When your relationship becomes your religion, you will worship a person instead of purpose, and that always ends in emptiness. Epictetus said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid," meaning, sometimes you must stand firm in truth even when others don't understand you. That includes standing in your divine mission even when a woman doesn't see its value. Because a man who abandons his path for approval is like a river that stops flowing to please a rock. When you stay anchored in purpose, you attract the right kind of peace. You attract a woman who supports your growth, not one who drains it. Now let's talk about emotional mastery, because this is where most men fail quietly. A man's strength is not found in how loud he speaks, but in how calm he remains. You will face moments where your patience is tested, arguments, misunderstandings, disrespect. But remember, reactivity is the enemy of wisdom. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You always own the option of having no opinion." There's never any need to get worked up or to trouble your soul about things you can't control. When a woman's words sting, or when emotions rise, your first duty is to master your mind. Don't fight emotion with emotion, fight it with understanding. You see, a woman doesn't always need answers. Sometimes she needs your calm. She needs to feel that your peace is unshakable, that no matter the storm, your spirit remains anchored. That doesn't mean you suppress emotion. It means you express it with discipline. When you speak in anger, your words become weapons. When you speak from peace, they become medicine. Never confuse control with strength. Control tries to dominate. Strength understands, adapts, and leads. A man who argues to win loses respect. A man who listens to understand gains influence. Seneca said, "No man was ever wise by chance." Meaning, wisdom is a discipline. You don't stumble into it. You build it moment by moment through restraint, patience, and reflection. And that brings us to truth and integrity. Your word must be your bond. Never promise what your heart cannot honor. When you say something, let it carry weight. A woman must feel that when you speak, she can rest in your word. Because trust is not built through emotion, it's built through consistency. There will be times when your promises will cost you, but that's the price of being a man of honor. Marcus Aurelius said, "If it is not true, do not say it. If it is not right, do not do it." Simple words, but they build an unshakable foundation. A man of integrity is not one who never fails. It's one who never hides from his failures. If you break your word, own it. Apologize, rebuild, correct. That's leadership. Let's go back to one of the most misunderstood truths. Never use love as manipulation. So many men use affection as currency, saying the right words just to gain control. But manipulation is not love. It's fear in disguise. And fear cannot coexist with peace. Real love is transparent. It gives without calculating return. It leads without demanding praise. And when love flows like that, it transforms both hearts. Seneca once said, "There is no enjoying the possession of anything valuable unless one has someone to share it with." Yes, love is sharing, but sharing without attachment. Giving without ownership. A wise man does not say, "She is mine." He says, "She is with me, and I am grateful," because ownership destroys what admiration builds. Now let's reflect on humility. Never let pride stop you from apologizing, because humility is the language of true strength. A proud man builds walls around his heart, but a humble man builds bridges. When you can look a woman in the eyes and say, "I was wrong," you earn more respect than 1,000 excuses could ever buy. Marcus Aurelius said, "If someone can prove me wrong and show me my mistake in any thought or action, I shall gladly change. For I seek the truth, by which no one was ever truly harmed." That's wisdom in its highest form, valuing truth over ego. And sometimes the greatest apology is changed behavior. Don't tell her you'll do better. Become better. Don't promise to understand her. Listen better. Don't talk about love. Live it daily. Now, brother, let's talk about discernment, about never staying where your peace constantly dies. Many men stay in relationships that kill their spirit just because they fear being alone. But solitude is not loneliness. It is sacred space for renewal. When you stay where your peace dies, you tell the universe that you do not value your own soul. Epictetus said, "Any person capable of angering you becomes your master." If your peace is constantly disturbed, you must reclaim it, even if that means walking away, because your peace is your power. When you lose it, you lose clarity, direction, and divine connection. A man at peace is unshakable. His energy commands respect, not through force, but through presence. A man at peace doesn't chase. He attracts. He doesn't demand. He inspires, because his energy speaks louder than his words. If this message is reaching deep into your heart right now, pause and like this video. You are not just supporting a channel, you're spreading wisdom that other men desperately need. And comment again, "I walk in peace." Now, let's bring these truths home to your daily life. Every man must learn 3 forms of discipline if he wants to truly walk in wisdom with women: mental, emotional, and spiritual. Mental discipline teaches you what to think. Emotional discipline teaches you how to feel without losing control. Spiritual discipline teaches you why you must stay true to your purpose no matter what happens around you. When a woman enters your life, she does not come just to love you. She comes to mirror you. She will show you how healed or unhealed you are. She will bring out your strength but also your weakness. And that's not something to fear. It's something to understand. Marcus Aurelius said, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." So love, but love wisely. Love with eyes open, with heart grounded, and with spirit aligned to purpose. You must understand this. A woman is not a test to pass or a challenge to conquer. She is a reflection of your character. How you treat her reveals how deeply you understand yourself. If you are insecure, you will compete. If you are afraid, you will control. If you are wise, you will guide. Love is not found in possession, it's found in peace. And peace can only exist when both hearts are grounded in truth. My brother, I want you to remember, no woman can complete what you refuse to become. She can inspire you, but she cannot build you. That's your work. That's your responsibility before God, before life, before yourself. Seneca said, as long as you live, keep learning how to live. And that is exactly what love teaches us. Not just how to care for another person, but how to understand our own hearts. So as you walk forward in life, love deeply but wisely. Lead firmly but gently. Speak truthfully but humbly. Because the measure of a man is not in how many women he can attract. It's in how much peace he can maintain within himself and share with those he loves. Take another breath. Let these words settle in you. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be aware. Aware enough to notice where you need to grow and humble enough to take the next right step. Now I want you to type in the comments again, blessed and ready, because that's what you are, blessed with wisdom and ready for change. You've made it this far, which means your soul is open and your spirit is ready. Let's complete this reflection, not just with words, but with the wisdom to live differently from this day forward. You see, divine masculinity is not about control, it's about stewardship. It's the sacred responsibility of guiding energy, protecting peace and creating stability in a world that constantly tests your balance. When a man walks in divine order, everything around him, his home, his relationship, his spirit, begins to align. But when a man abandons discipline, he loses that order. And without order, chaos follows. This is why we said earlier, never lose yourself trying to please anyone. Never fight battles that drain your peace. Never sacrifice your values for temporary affection, because these are the things that steal a man's divine strength quietly. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Look well into yourself. There is a source of strength which will always spring up if you will always look." The world teaches you to look outward, at beauty, validation, attention. But true power comes when you look inward and master what lives inside. A man who knows himself cannot be manipulated. A man who understands his emotions cannot be broken. A man who honors his principles cannot be replaced. The key is to build such peace within yourself that your presence becomes healing, not just to women, but to everyone you meet. When you walk into a room, your calm should speak before your mouth does. When you love a woman, your discipline should lead before your desire does. That's what it means to walk in divine masculinity, to embody peace, not just preach it. Seneca said, "It is the power of the mind to be unconquerable." And that is what your relationships are meant to teach you. How to be unconquerable in your peace, unmoved in your integrity, unshaken in your faith. You see, love is not meant to weaken you. Real love makes you wiser, softer, and stronger at the same time. But false love, the kind built on attachment, fear, or pride, makes you lose sight of who you are. That's why discernment is a man's greatest spiritual tool. Every day you must ask yourself, is this relationship helping me grow closer to peace or farther from it? Because anything that constantly drains you, confuses you, or makes you compromise your truth is not love. It's distraction dressed as affection. Epictetus said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants, and that includes emotional wants." When you reach a point where you no longer need constant validation, approval, or attention, you begin to walk in real freedom. That's when you stop chasing love and start attracting it. That's when you stop forcing connection and start allowing it. Because your peace becomes magnetic, and people can feel it. When you are at peace, women will notice it. They'll feel safe around you, not because you're perfect, but because your spirit is consistent. You'll stop seeking power and control and find it in patience. You'll stop proving your worth through words and show it through your quiet confidence. Marcus Aurelius said, "Be tolerant with others and strict with yourself." That means hold yourself accountable, but move through the world with compassion. You are not here to dominate women. You are here to demonstrate wisdom. You are not here to rule relationships. You are here to refine them through grace. A man's power does not lie in how much he controls, but in how well he aligns with truth. A relationship guided by truth becomes sacred, but one built on lies, fear, or control always collapses, no matter how beautiful it looks on the outside. So brother, never be afraid to walk alone for a season. Solitude is where you meet your higher self. It's where God whispers. It's where your spirit heals. Seneca said, "Associate with people who are likely to improve you, and sometimes that means walking away from people who won't." A wise man knows that not everyone can go where he's going. Some connections are meant to teach you, not keep you. Some women are lessons wrapped in beauty, reminders of what you must master before you can love fully, and that's okay. There's no bitterness in letting go of what no longer aligns, and only freedom. A healed man doesn't chase what runs away. He blesses it, thanks it for its lesson, and keeps walking, because his peace is not negotiable anymore. Now let's talk about forgiveness, and not just forgiving others, but forgiving yourself. Many men carry guilt from past mistakes, broken trust, failed relationships, words they wish they never said. But guilt that is never released becomes a prison. Marcus Aurelius said, "Do not be ashamed of help." That includes divine help. You cannot heal alone. You need grace, you need faith, you need light to cleanse the darkness you carry. So forgive yourself. You were doing your best with the awareness you had at the time. But now that you know better, you must do better. Healing doesn't mean forgetting the past. It means learning from it without letting it control you. Your scars don't make you weak, and they make you wise. When a woman meets a man who is healed, she feels it. His energy is calm, his patience deep, his love slow and intentional. Because healed men no longer love for ego, they love for growth. And that's what you are becoming, a man of growth. You may stumble, yes. You may fall back into old habits. But never confuse progress with perfection. Every mistake can still serve your evolution, if you reflect. Seneca said, "There is no easy way from the earth to the stars." That means every step toward greatness comes with resistance. But you were not created to live small. You were created to rise, to lead, to love with clarity. The truth is, when a man becomes spiritually disciplined, women respect him differently. Because his energy shifts. It's no longer desperate, it's decisive. It's no longer emotional chaos. It's calm authority. He doesn't chase, he chooses. He doesn't react, he responds. That's the divine masculine. Firm but kind, quiet but powerful, present but never possessive. When you reach that balance, you stop asking, what should I do to keep her? And you start asking, what must I do to keep my peace, my mission, and my divine alignment? Because when you are aligned, everything meant for you will stay. You won't have to beg for loyalty or force connection. You'll simply attract what matches your vibration. Epictetus said, "The key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best." So choose peace. Choose partners, friends, and environments that elevate your spirit, not ones that exhaust it. And if you've been in a season of confusion, take this as a sign. It's time to return to stillness. Be still long enough to hear what your soul is saying, because peace is not found in noise. It's found in quiet reflection. Brother, hear me clearly. You are not here just to love women. You are here to lead through example, through grace, through purpose. You are here to protect peace, build order, and radiate wisdom in a world that has forgotten what it means to be a man of virtue. You are not cold for setting boundaries. You are not harsh for walking away from chaos. You are not weak for showing emotion. You are human, divinely designed, spiritually powerful, and eternally guided. And every woman who truly values peace will recognize that in you. So as you rise from this message today, remember the 15 truths, not as rules, but as reminders. You are called to lead with clarity, to love with understanding, to walk in truth, and to guard your soul like the sacred temple it is. Before we close, I want you to type in the comments one last time. Blessed and ready. Say it with conviction. Blessed and ready. Ready to love from strength, not need. Ready to speak from peace, not pride. Ready to live as the man God intended you to be, and as you do, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the Wisdom Within channel, and turn on all notifications. Because messages like this are seeds of power, and we'll keep planting them week after week to help you grow into the highest version of yourself. You are not here by accident. You were meant to hear this message today. Carry it with you. Let it shape your words, your thoughts, your energy, and your love. Because when a man lives by wisdom, his relationships transform. When he walks in peace, the world around him calms. And when he leads with integrity, heaven walks beside him. You are that man. Now go, live like it, blessed and ready.